The USS Gerald R. Ford emerged from dry dock in late 2025, a colossus of steel and ambition stretching longer than 3 football fields, displacing 100,000 tons and carrying enough firepower to reshape battle spaces. Yet beneath the triumph lurks a shadow. Repeated breakdowns that have cost billions extra, drawn fierce criticism, and raised doubts about whether this $13 billion behemoth can truly outmatch rising rivals like China's Navy. What hidden engineering hurdles nearly sank it? And what happens if they resurface in combat? If deep dives into megaprojects teetering on failure keep you hooked, hit subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment. Can Ford reclaim US sea dominance, or is it doomed? Deep in the engineering bays where nuclear reactors spin shafts at blistering speeds, disaster struck not once, but twice for the Ford. The first failure hit during 2017 builder's trials. A main thrust bearing, crafted by GE, warped under load due to microscopic machining errors, imperfections in the order of thousandths of an inch that allowed misalignment and overheating. These bearings transfer gigawatts of power from 2 A1B reactors to 4 bronze propellers, enduring forces equivalent to multiple locomotives. When one faltered, vibrations rippled through the shaft line, risking total propulsion collapse. Navy engineers scrambled, limping the ship home at reduced power to avoid catastrophe. The second blow landed in 2018 sea trials. Fresh from the first fix, another bearing succumbed, traced to similar production flaws compounded by untested high-speed tolerances. Huntington Ingalls workers dismantled the aft section in dry dock, a process demanding laser precision alignment to prevent hull stress. Costs soared past $100 million, with over 800,000 man-hours poured into replacements and balances. Reports suggest rushed contracts prioritize speed over scrutiny, a pattern echoing across the Ford class. Some insiders whispered of material inconsistencies, but official probes pinned it on vendor quality control lapses. This wasn't mere bad luck. Thrust systems on legacy Nimitz carriers, steam-driven and battle-proven, never faced such nuclear-era stresses. Ford's designed bets on novel alloys and alignments. But real-world torque exposed the gamble. Engineers quietly raised concerns that backups might fail in cascade during prolonged surges. Imagine a carrier dead in the water, 75 jets trapped aboard. These fixes held through 2025 rollout, but monitoring continues. Any recurrence could sideline it for years. Yet propulsion woes pale against the flight deck's Achilles heel, where launches hang by a digital thread. If these near misses have you rethinking naval might, smash like, let's spread the facts. Picture this. Electromagnetic catapults hurling FA-18s off the deck at 150 batman PC, promising 270 daily sorties. 33% above Nimitz peaks, thanks to linear motors drawing reactor juice without steam boilers. Revolutionary on paper, but EMALS crumbled early. In 2020 trials, it faltered after 181 launches, far shy of 4,166 reliability benchmarks, stranding air ops for 24+ hours amid power fluctuations. The culprit? Pulsed energy storage groups overloading capacitors, triggering failsafes as the system's 3x power demand spiked unpredictably. DUT&E testers documented over 400 glitches by 2019, including mid-catapult stalls that could have wrecked jets. Unlike Steam's forgiving mechanics, EMALS demands perfect synchronization across 20+ catapults. One software hiccup halts the deck. Pilots endured G-forces 20% smoother in demos, but combat sims revealed wear on airframes from inconsistent acceleration. Navy poured $500 million into patches, yet 2025 audits flag persistent mean time between failure gaps. Critics, including GAO, argue EMALS inflates sortie myths. Real rates hover at 140 Sapphire day postfixes, vulnerable to cyber or EMP hits lacking steam redundancy. What no one talks about: integration strains with Ford's grid, where reactor output must ramp instantly, risking blackouts. Some reports suggest classified tests off Virginia exposed EMP vulnerabilities, quietly patched but unproven in peer war. For priests, engineers have raised concerns that scaling to full ops could amplify faults, turning the deck into a graveyard. Landing brings equal peril as arresting tech falters under scrutiny. The Advanced Arresting Gear, AAG, promised pinpoint stops for 50,000 lb jets in 300 feet, using water hydraulics smarter than legacy wires. Reality? Failures every 48 cycles versus 1,600 goals, with hook skips and snaps during wet runway drills. 2022 incidents nearly ejected Super Hornets, traced to sensor lag and variable speed buys. optimized for lighter drones but punishing heavies. Retrofitted engines cost $200 million but reliability lags per independent reviews. Worse, dual-band radar, DBR, X and S-band fusion for 1,000+ mile tracking, plagued by clutter false positives, jamming shortfalls, and processor overloads. Pentagon warnings in 2019 noted incomplete cyber hardening. During 2024 exercises, it missed low-flying drones amid electronic warfare. These aren't isolated. EMALS, AAG, and DBR interlock, so a radar glitch delays launches, amplifying risks. Expert analyses highlight single points of failure absent in distributed Nimitz designs. Safety reports cite systemic integration flaws, with near misses in quals injuring none but eroding trust. Critics warn a saturated attack drones plus missiles could overwhelm, leaving Ford blind and grounded. These tech tangles exploded the budget, but overruns hide deeper mismanagement. Comment below, does EMALS doom supercarriers? Launched in 2017 at $12.9 billion, Ford's Tab hit $13.3 billion by delivery, with class-wide overruns topping $5 billion amid 5+ year delays. Post-shakedown availability, PSA, dragged to 2023 as advanced weapons elevators, AWE, meant for 3-minute bomb loads, stuck at 2.11 functional due to cabling faults. GAO lambasted concurrent construction and testing, a risky parallel build inflating fixes. Dry docks alone, 15 months in 2023-2025 for bearings and hull work cost $1 billion+, straining Newport News Yard's already juggling Enterprise, CVN 80, delayed to 2028. Program totals near $27 billion over baseline, with lifecycle sustainment projected at $400 billion for 10 hulls. Politically toxic amid debt ceilings. Hidden supply chain snarls post-COVID hiked steel and rare earth costs 30%. Political heat boiled as taxpayers footed endless learning curve bills. Donald Trump, re-elected in 2024, reignited 2017 barbs in 2025, slamming EMALS as ridiculous money pits during budget briefings. Congress grilled SecNavs. 2019 hearings exposed accepting a 55% complete ship per Spencer rebuttals. Dow-T&E's annual blast detailed major deficiencies, urging pauses on siblings. Ex-admirals like Pete Daly questioned viability, teething, or fundamental flaws. Internal memos leaked skepticism on reactor uprates for power-hungry gear. Navy defends as expected for first-in-class, but GAO counters with Nimitz parallels, far smoother. This discord stalled funding, forcing trade-offs like deferred stealth coatings. Rivals exploit the chaos. If political drama behind billion-dollar bets fascinates, subscribe for more. Ford's 2025 Caribbean surge counters Venezuela amid Southcom tensions, but China's Fujian launched 2024 with superior EMALS copies, fields 3 carriers by 2026, outpacing U.S. builds. PLA hypersonics like DF-26 carrier killers target Ford's 1,100 FT profile. Wargames suggest sinkings in hours without escorts. Beijing's 370 ship fleet dwarfs US 290. Reports warn Pacific gaps if Fords lag. Geopolitics pressures, Taiwan drills, test EMALS range limits, while Iran's drones mimic threats AAG can't handle reliably. Allies like Japan question reliance on glitch-prone giants. Some strategists argue carriers shift to drone hubs, but Ford's bet locks billions in demand aviation. Optimism fades with endurance tests. Ford's 20,000 Sprite receives Spring 26 planned incremental availability, PIA, eyes reactor tweaks, but backlogs risk 2-year slips mirroring Enterprise's woes. Long-term, sustainment costs balloon as specialized parts dwindle. Starks, crew reductions 600 fewer, strain ops with automation bugs. Unknowns abound, cyber resilience unproven, drone countermeasures nascent amid rising threats. Critics forecast $1 trillion class folly if peers obsolete supercarriers. Navy eyes hybrids, but sunk costs bind. What if bearings warp again at flank speed, or EMALS fries in EMP sims? Global impact. Weakened deterrence invites aggression from SCS to Arctic. The Ford sails, a testament to U.S. grit masking brittle innovation. Triumph could cement supremacy through 2040s, enabling strikes from afar. Catastrophe? It cedes seas to agile foes, unraveling alliances and emboldening autocrats. In this missile age, does one ship's fate foretell naval twilight? The decade ahead holds the verdict, power or peril. For unvarnished takes on world-shaping tech, subscribe to Next Blueprint, like up, and comment. Ford's fix or fleet fiasco?